I'm Joe Balagtas. I'm a professor of agricultural economics and director of the Center for Food Demand at Purdue University. The Consumer Food Insights Survey is a monthly survey where we at the center ask about 1,200 Americans about their beliefs, preferences, and behaviors in food markets. One area we explored in our April survey is consumer food satisfaction. How do people feel about their diets? And we simply ask consumers to rate their satisfaction with their diet. We find 65% of consumers give their diets really high scores, between a score of 7 and 10. That's down slightly from a year ago, about 4 percentage points. So it fell from 69% to 65%. On the low end, we have about 12% of respondents giving them their diets a score between 0 and 4. So these people are really, they're suffering with their diets. We have slightly fewer people telling us that their diets are thriving, slightly more people telling us that their diets are suffering relative to a year ago. While inflation has cooled overall in the economy and food price inflation has cooled, the cumulative effects of higher than average inflation over the past year has pinched people's budgets. And so I think people, one, are spending more on their food, and despite spending more, they may be making sacrifices in terms of the quantity and quality of the foods that they're purchasing. So one finding is that most of our consumers tell us they have access to grocery stores or superstores, 82% each. This is important because these types of stores tend to offer the largest variety of fresh, relatively healthy foods. Only 4% of our respondents tell us they don't have access to either a grocery store or a superstore. Of those, 93% live in urban areas, 7% live in rural areas. Of those that don't have access to grocery stores or superstores, where do they do their shopping? About half of them tell us that they do their grocery shopping in dollar stores. We could read that in a couple different ways. One is that dollar stores are filling an important need, offering groceries to people who don't have access to grocery stores and superstores. Or we could think of this as there's 4% of the population who are forced to shop at dollar stores and select from the limited variety of foods that they tend to offer.